The house of Elimelech is nothing but dust. Word has reached me from travelers.
We are bound to you, Naomi. We share the love of your sons, and we share your grief.
Bible Tunes Studio presents Ruth, From Brokenness to Blessing. History is rarely shaped by the easy choices or comfortable paths. It is forged in the fires of famine, in the bitter ashes of grief, and upon the dusty, forgotten roads of the ancient world. Long ago, before the time of kings, a great darkness fell upon the promised land. The rains ceased, the earth cracked, the golden fields of Judah withered into dust. This was a time of desperation, when faith was tested by the hollow ache of starvation. This is the story of a shattered family, a mother who lost everything she ever loved, and a young foreigner who possessed nothing but a dangerous, radical loyalty. She was a woman of Moab, an outsider, an ancient enemy of the people of Israel. Yet, from her unbreakable vow would rise a kinsman redeemer, a united kingdom, and a royal lineage that would change the course of human history forever. But our story does not begin with royalty. It begins with hunger and the painful choice of a desperate father.
The granaries are empty, Naomi. For 3 seasons we have prayed for the rains, and the skies have remained as brass.
Our neighbors in Bethlehem are wasting away. I cannot watch you and our sons perish in this dust.
We must cross the Jordan River and seek refuge in the country of Moab.
Moab? Elimelech, my husband, they are a pagan people. The journey is perilous, and the reception will be cold. Is it not better to trust in the Lord here, in the land he gave to our fathers?
The Lord provides through the wisdom he grants us. I will not let my family starve while there is grain across the river. We will keep our faith, we will keep our traditions, but we must survive. Gather what little we have left. We leave before the next moon.
And so, Elimelech took his wife, Naomi, and his 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, and departed Judah. They crossed the treacherous waters of the Jordan and ascended into Moab. They found food, but the price of their survival was steep. A decade passed. First, Elimelech fell ill and was buried in alien soil. Naomi endured, watching her sons grow. Ignoring traditions, Mahlon and Chilion took Moabite women as wives. One was named Orpah, the other Ruth. For a time, there was peace, but tragedy was not finished. Sickness swept through their home once more.
Not my boys. Lord God Almighty, take my life instead. I am old, my days are spent, but they have their whole lives ahead. Please, merciful Yahweh, do not leave me completely desolate.
But the heavens remained silent. Both Mahlon and Chilion perished, laid to rest beside their father. Naomi was now utterly bereft. No husband, no sons, no provider in a harsh world. The decade of exile had broken her spirit entirely.
The Lord has raised his fist against me. The Almighty has made my life exceedingly bitter. The house of Elimelech is nothing but dust. Word has reached me from travelers. The famine in Judah has finally broken. The Lord has visited his people and given them bread. I am going back. I am going home to die in Bethlehem.
Naomi packed her meager belongings. As she began the long walk toward the borders of Moab, Ruth and Orpah walked beside her, intending to accompany the woman who had become a mother to them. But Naomi, bearing the weight of her tragedy, could not drag these young women into her sorrow. She stopped, tears streaming down her face.
Stop! Do not follow me any further. Go back, my daughters. Return, each of you, to your mother's house. You have been faithful wives to my sons and daughters to me. May the Lord deal kindly with you. May the Lord grant that you may find rest in the house of a new husband. Go now.
Orpah.
No, Naomi, we cannot leave you. We will return with you to your people in Judah. We are bound to you, Naomi. We share the love of your sons, and we share your grief. We will not let you make this journey by yourself.
Turn back, my daughters. What future can I offer you? Do I have more sons in my womb that they could become your husbands? Even if I should have a husband this very night and bear sons, would you wait for them until they were grown? No. It is exceedingly bitter to me for your sake that the hand of the Lord has gone out against me. If you come with me, you will be despised outcasts, widows with no prospect of redemption. Go find new husbands among your own people.
The three women wept loudly. The reality of their situation pressed down upon them. Orpah looked at Naomi, then back toward the city of her birth. The pull of her culture and the promise of a secure future was too strong. With profound sorrow, Orpah kissed her mother-in-law. She turned her back on Judah and walked away, returning to her people and her gods. Naomi wiped her eyes and turned to Ruth.
Look, Ruth, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods. Return after her, save yourself.
But Ruth did not move. The wind whipped her hair, but her eyes were set like stone. There was no hesitation. She stepped closer, taking the older woman's calloused hands into her own.
Do not urge me to leave you. Do not entreat me to return from following you. To my vow, Naomi. For where you go, I will go. And where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God shall be my God. Where you die, I will die, and there will I be buried. May the Lord do so to me, and more also, if anything but death parts me from you.
Naomi stared into Ruth's eyes, stunned by the ferocity of her devotion. This was a covenant. Ruth was abandoning everything for the sake of a bitter old woman. Naomi saw an unyielding resolve she could not argue against. She nodded once. Together, they walked toward Judah. The journey was grueling, but eventually, the weary travelers approached the gates of Bethlehem. It was the beginning of the barley harvest, a time of joy, but a stark contrast to the destitute widows. As they walked through the gates in rags, a commotion stirred among the townswomen gathered at the well.
Can this truly be her? Is this Naomi? Elimelech's wife left full of wealth, with a strong husband and 2 handsome sons. Look at this woman. She is broken and dressed in rags.
And who is that foreigner? A Moabite woman? Bringing a daughter of our enemies into Bethlehem? What a disgrace!
Do not call me Naomi. The name means pleasant, and there is nothing pleasant left in me. Call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. I went away full, and the Lord has brought me back empty, stripped of everything. Why do you call me Naomi when the Lord has testified against me?
The townspeople parted in uncomfortable silence. Ruth stayed close by Naomi's side, absorbing the hostility. They made their way to a dilapidated, abandoned stone house. It was bare and cold. Naomi slumped into a corner, paralyzed by the weight of her depression. They had survived the journey, but were faced with starvation.
Naomi, the sun is rising, and we have absolutely no food. The harvest is beginning. Let me go to the fields. The laws of your God say the poor are allowed to glean the fallen grain behind the reapers.
Let me go and glean after him in whose sight I shall find favor.
Go, my daughter. Be careful. The fields can be dangerous for a young woman alone, especially a foreigner.
Ruth walked out into the blinding sun of a massive barley field. Dozens of strong men were cutting grain with iron sickles, and maidens followed, binding sheaves. Trailing far behind were the poorest of the poor, picking up meager scraps. Ruth joined them, but her work ethic set her apart. She worked relentlessly, meticulously gathering every fallen kernel. By chance, or quiet providence, Ruth wandered into the fields of Boaz. Boaz was a man of great wealth and noble character, a prominent member of Elimelech's clan. As the sun climbed higher, Boaz arrived to inspect his lands.
The Lord be with you all. May the Lord bless you, Master Boaz. The harvest looks plentiful. Foreman, tell me, how is the pacing? Are the reapers making good time? Yes, my lord. We will finish this eastern field before sunset. Excellent. Ensure the men are given enough water. Now tell me, whose young woman is this?
The one gleaning so diligently behind the maidens. I do not recognize her.
She is the Moabite woman, my lord, the one who came back with Naomi. She asked to glean among the sheaves after the reapers. She has continued working from early dawn until right now, without resting even for a single moment.
Boaz watched her closely. He saw her ragged clothes, her exhaustion, and the dignity in her labor. He walked slowly into the field. Ruth heard his approach, stopped working, and bowed her head in deep respect, expecting to be driven away.
Now listen to me, my daughter. Do not go to glean in another field. Keep close to my young women.
Let your eyes be on the field they are reaping, and go right after them. I have strictly charged the young men not to touch you.
You are safe here, and when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink freely from what my young men have drawn.
Ruth was overwhelmed. She fell on her face, bowing completely to the ground. Such kindness to a destitute Moabite was unheard of.
Why have I found such favor in your eyes, my lord? Why should you take any notice of me when I am a foreigner?
All that you have done for your mother-in-law has been fully told to me. The whole town knows of your loyalty. I know how you left your native land to care for Naomi. The Lord repay you for what you have done. May a full reward be given to you by the Lord, under whose wings you have come to take refuge.
I have found favor in your eyes, my lord, for you have comforted me. You have spoken kindly to the heart of your servant, even though I am not worthy to be counted as one of your lowest servants.
Come, it is time for the midday meal. Come here and eat some bread, and dip your morsel in the wine.
Boaz invited her to sit beside his reapers, passing her a large portion of roasted grain. Ruth ate until satisfied, wrapping the leftovers to take home to Naomi. As she rose to go back to gleaning, Boaz pulled his foreman aside.
Listen to me carefully. Let her glean not just behind the workers, but even right among the standing sheaves, and do not reproach her. Furthermore, I want you to deliberately pull out handfuls of grain from the bundles and leave them on the ground for her. Make it easy for her, and ensure no one rebukes her.
Ruth gleaned until the evening sun dipped below the horizon. When she beat out what she had gathered, the volume was astounding. A full ephah of barley, nearly 30 pounds of food. She hoisted the heavy basket and carried it back into the city. Entering the dark house, she dropped the basket with a heavy thud and handed Naomi the leftover roasted grain.
Praise the Almighty. Where did you glean today, Ruth? Blessed be the man who took notice of you and allowed you to gather such a bounty.
The man's name with whom I work today is Boaz. He was incredibly kind to me.
Naomi froze. The heavy blanket of depression lifted instantly. She stood up abruptly, grabbing Ruth's arms, her voice trembling with intense energy.
May he be blessed by the Lord. Do you see, Ruth? The Lord's kindness has not forsaken the living or the dead. God has not forgotten my husband or my sons. Ruth, this man, Boaz, he is a close relative of ours. He is not just a wealthy landowner. He is one of our redeemers. He is a Goel.
The kinsman redeemer, an ancient sacred law. If a man died without an heir, his nearest male relative had the right and duty to purchase back the family land and marry the widow. The first son born would carry the deceased husband's name, ensuring the family line survived. Naomi saw a sliver of light, a chance for survival and legacy.
There is more, Naomi. He told me to keep close by his young men and women until they have entirely finished all his harvest. He told me not to go to any other fields.
It is good, my daughter. It is very good that you go out with his young women. If you go to glean in another man's field, you might be harassed. Stay with Boaz's workers. Stay where you are safe, and let us watch what the Lord will do.
Ruth kept close to the young women of Boaz, gleaning faithfully day after day. The barley harvest concluded, and the wheat harvest began. Boaz watched her from a distance, admiring her tireless work and unwavering dedication to Naomi, yet making no formal move. He was an older man. Perhaps he believed she desired a younger husband, or was waiting for the nearer kinsman to step forward. As the harvest ended, Naomi knew their window of opportunity was closing.
My daughter, the harvest is nearly over. Should I not seek rest for you, a home of your own? Is not Boaz our relative? Listen closely. Tonight, they are winnowing barley at the threshing floor. It will be a night of celebration.
What do you want me to do, Naomi?
Wash yourself thoroughly. Put on your best cloak and go down to the threshing floor tonight. But you must remain hidden in the shadows. Do not make yourself known to the man until he has completely finished eating and drinking. Wait until he lies down to sleep. Observe the exact place where he lies. When he is in a deep sleep, go to him, uncover his feet, and lie down there. He will tell you what you are to do.
It was a terrifying proposition. To approach a man in the dead of night at the threshing floor was scandalous. If discovered, her reputation would be permanently ruined. Naomi was asking Ruth to risk everything on the character of Boaz. But Ruth trusted Naomi's wisdom and Boaz's profound integrity.
All that you say to me, I will do. I will go tonight.
The threshing floor sat on an open hill. Torches burned brightly. Men ate, drank, and laughed loudly, celebrating the harvest. Boaz sat among them, eating well, his heart merry. As the fires died down, the men scattered to sleep around the massive piles of grain. Boaz walked to the end of the largest heap, laid down a mat, pulled a heavy cloak over himself, and fell asleep. The moon ducked behind a cloud, plunging the floor into darkness. Ruth crept from her hiding place. She navigated the sleeping men, locating Boaz. Trembling, she knelt beside him, lifted the heavy edge of his cloak from his feet, laid herself down on the cold stone, and pulled the corner over her shivering shoulders. She waited in the freezing dark. Midnight arrived. Boaz shivered in his sleep, sensing the draft. He turned over, groggy, and was startled awake. He felt a presence at his feet. His combat instincts flared. He sat up swiftly, reaching for his dagger in the gloom.
Who is there? Who are you? Speak quickly!
It is I. I am Ruth, your servant.
Ruth? What in the name of heaven are you doing here in the middle of the night?
Spread the corner of your garment over your servant, my lord. For you are a kinsman redeemer to our family.
Spread your wings over your servant. It was an ancient Hebrew idiom. She was boldly asking for marriage. She was asking him to fulfill the sacred law of the Goel, to redeem her family from oblivion. It was a proposal made in the dirt, at midnight, by a foreign beggar to a lord of the land. Boaz dropped his hand from the hilt of his dagger. His expression softened into profound respect. He understood the immense risk she had taken.
May you be blessed by the Lord, my daughter. You have made this last kindness even greater than your first. You have not gone running after the young men, seeking your own pleasure. You have chosen the path of duty, seeking to raise up the name of your dead husband through me. Do not fear. I will do for you all that you ask. For all my fellow townsmen know, you are a woman of noble character.
Boaz sighed heavily. The joy in his heart was immediate, but he knew there was a severe obstacle.
But there is a complication, Ruth. I am a near kinsman. However, there is a redeemer in Bethlehem who is nearer in blood to Elimelech than I am. The right of first refusal belongs to him. Remain here tonight, where it is safe. In the morning, I will go to the city gates. If he is willing to do a redeemer's part and marry you, let him do it. But if he is not willing, then, as the Lord lives, I swear I will redeem you myself. Now, rest until morning.
Ruth remained at his feet until the first faint light of dawn. Before the sun rose, Boaz woke her. He knew that if she were seen leaving the threshing floor, gossips would destroy her reputation.
Let it not be known that a woman came to the threshing floor tonight. Bring the cloak you are wearing and hold it open.
Ruth held out her cloak. Boaz poured 6 heavy measures of choice barley into the garment, tying it securely. He watched her slip away into the morning mist. When Ruth arrived home, Naomi was already awake, pacing the floor.
How did it go, my daughter? Are you still Ruth, the Moabite widow? Or are you the betrothed of Boaz? He promised to act as the Redeemer. But he told me there is another man, a closer relative, who must be given the choice first. And look, he gave me these 6 measures of barley, saying, "You must not go back empty-handed to your mother-in-law."
Sit quietly and wait, my daughter. I know this man, Boaz. He will not rest today until he has settled the matter completely.
As the sun rose high over Bethlehem, Boaz marched directly to the city gates, the center of civic life and law. He sat on a stone bench and waited. Within the hour, the nearer kinsman walked past on his way to his fields.
Turn aside, my friend. Come over here and sit down. We have family business to discuss.
The nearer kinsman sat down. Boaz flagged down 10 recognized elders of the city. A crowd of onlookers began to form around them, listening intently.
I speak to you, kinsman, in the presence of these elders. Naomi, who has returned from Moab, is selling the parcel of land that belonged to our relative Elimelech. She must liquidate the estate. You are the closest relative. The right of redemption belongs to you first. If you will redeem the land, do so. But if you will not, tell me right now, for there is no one prior to you, and I am next in line.
This is a fine piece of land. Yes, I will redeem it. I have the silver to purchase the field and add it to my estate.
Boaz leaned forward. He had expected this, but he was about to reveal the condition that made this transaction vastly more complicated, speaking loudly for the crowd to hear.
Listen carefully. Let her glean among the sheaves and do not stop her. Pull out extra grain for her and leave it on purpose.
Help her, and make sure no one rebukes her.
The nearer kinsman froze. The cost was too great, losing his inheritance and raising a child that would not be his own. He stepped back.
No, I cannot redeem it. It would harm my inheritance. I release my right of redemption. Boaz, you take it. I cannot do it.
He removed his sandal and gave it to Boaz, the ancient sign of transfer. The deal was sealed.
You are witnesses this day. I have bought all that belonged to Naomi and Elimelech, and I take Ruth the Moabite as my wife to preserve the family line. We are witnesses.
Be us.
May the Lord bless this union.
Amen. May she be like Rachel and Leah, builders of Israel.
Boaz married Ruth. The Lord blessed them with a son. Naomi's sorrow turned into joy as she held her grandson.
Blessed be the Lord. He has given Naomi a redeemer.
Ruth, who loved you more than 7 sons,
Has born a child.
They named him Obed. From him came Jesse, and from Jesse came David, the shepherd king. And from this same line in Bethlehem would come the ultimate Redeemer. This is the story of Ruth, the triumph of loyalty, grace, and redemption. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Bible Tunes Studio for more powerful Bible stories brought to life.